hear me? I think you muted us all.
I can hear you.
Okay. And you're muted.
Oh yeah. No, you can be heard live. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Let's get ready to rumble. What's up, everybody? Here we are for a Scaffold Alchemy competition between Al and Usman. I hear, although I wasn't the one who made this up, I hear that the loser gets replaced by an AI agent at Alchemy. So, stakes are high. It's, it's friendly, but at the same time, if you guys want to yell out things to try to distract the other person, like call each other names, I'm not going to hold that against you in the final judging. So let's go ahead and introduce it. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be having Al and Usman pair off doing some a friendly competition on Scaffold Alchemy where you're going to be building an application from get-go. So we'll be switching screens, watching Al and then watching Usman and seeing how you guys are doing. And at the end, we'll have a chance to present both of them, and there will be one winner, or maybe two categories, so that you could both win. We'll see. We'll see how they come out. So anyway, yeah, Al and Usman, would you guys like to say any words to begin? Would you like to introduce yourselves, to say hello? Maybe make fun of the other person? Al, you want to kick it off? What do you have to say? This is like one of those opportunities where you can really get in Usman's head.
Thanks, Dan. Hey, everybody. Al Lucan. I'm a DevRel at Alchemy. I've just been training 12 hours a day, coding 12 hours a day. I don't know if I should have been because, I'm up against Usman here, who I don't know his coding chops currently, how they're doing. But I definitely don't want to be replaced by an AI agent, because then you guys will see an AI agent can do a much better job than me at my job. So I don't want that to happen. But yeah, throwing it over to Usman, I'm excited to be here and show some of my coding chops or non-coding chops.
Al, before we go over to Usman, what are you weighing in at?
A cool 210.
I don't believe it. All right, Usman, we'll pass it over to you.
Yeah, man. What's up, guys? Yeah, so I really feel like I'm in like a UFC battle right now. This feels like Khabib McGregor, or feels like one of the big UFC championship moments. So no, man, I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. Scaffold Alchemy is a great tool. I feel like it's gonna do a lot of the work for me, right? And who knows, if this AI agent that replaces me, it's gonna be doing a lot of my work today. So maybe this isn't the best thing to show off. But now I'm excited. And yeah, I going into this like just ready to come out with something at the end. I think that'll be exciting to see.
Oh, listen to this. Talon Dragon wants some Eye of the Tiger music. Well, we do have some music for you, but I don't know if it's Eye of the Tiger. I think that's going to be copyrighted. Here you go. All right. This is the battle music.
I'm starting to
like it.
I'm starting to feel it, yeah. I think which part is the one where like someone lathers us up in oil, like for like lucha libre style?
I didn't see that one. I don't know what that is. All right, cool. I got one more thing here, is the overlay. This is how you start Scaffold Alchemy and PX Create Web3 dApp. So play along with our contestants here. If you want to try out an application as we're going, you could start your own app and see how you're doing. If you want to present it to us afterwards, you could win over Al and Usman, and then we'll showcase your project afterwards. So let us know what you guys building with Scaffold Alchemy. We'd love to hear it. Awesome. Shall we get underway?
Let's do it.
Cool.
Let's do it.
All right, sweet. So I see one person is presenting at the moment. Oh no, I don't have it presenting. So whoever goes and presents theirs first, I'll share you guys first, and then we'll switch to the other person periodically. So what we'll do is every 5 to 10 minutes or so, we'll switch between Al and Usman to see how they're doing. I'll do some narration to keep you guys interested. And Al and Usman, if you guys want to, I don't know, turn down the volume, not get too distracted by me. I'll try not to be too distracting while you're coding. And you feel free to let us know as you're presenting what you're up to. So yeah, if one of you would care to present, maybe Al, if you want to go first. If you both present, then I'll be able to switch between you two. Sweet. Here we are.
I'm trying not to present on the StreamYard studio but you guys can see some of the behind the scenes. So do you see my current screen? Should be ChatGPT.
Yeah, there we
All right.
go.
So are we underway? And remember, Dan, you're judging. Remember all our years working together and all the times that I've helped you.
Yeah, I'll remember all the years working together and all the times you didn't help me.
Yeah, that's what I knew as I said that.
Usman's got a clean slate. No,
Yeah.
I will
All
take none of that into account.
I'll just say one thing out before we start. I got some good luck on my side. You know, I got this Alchemy hackathon winner sweatshirt. Even though I didn't participate, I got the sweatshirt. So just be ready, man. I think you're dealing with something serious here.
Some swag alpha there. Okay. All right. So are we underway?
Yeah, let's go underway. Al, do you want to start us off and talk through? And then Usman, if you want to be coding in the background and then we'll like pick you up in a minute, we could do that. So everyone's kind of working simultaneously.
All right.
Cool.
So I'm going to kick it off, opening up a terminal, CDing into desktop, and then I'm going to make I'm just going to say Scaffold, Alchemy. I'm going to say coding competition. That's going to be my folder for today. And we're going to run the best command ever, npx create web3 dApp at latest. That's going to kick us off into the little Scaffold Alchemy wizard. What is your project name? I'm just going to say my web3 dApp is fine, just the standard. I'm going to select base as the chain, but shout out to this like little cool menu. There's a bunch of chains here that you can select from. I'm just going to go with base. Maybe next time I'll go with something cool like Sonium. But for now, base, just following the instructions, I'm going to CD into the app that I just created, and I'm going to run yarn. This should only take a couple seconds actually. And while that runs, that's just going to pull down all the dependencies that we need for this project. And you'll see we're going to get right out of the gate with kind of like a fully built app because it comes right out of the gate with like a template that's already fully connected and stuff. All right, so we have yarn, and then just following the instructions that were up here, we ran yarn, and then in a new terminal, deploy your contracts. So I'm going to run yarn deploy and actually show you what is getting deployed with just the template stuff. All right, so Scaffold Alchemy comes out of the box with two packages, Hard Hat, which is all the smart contract stuff, and then Next.js, which is all the front end stuff. When I just hit yarn deploy, I got the counter.sol contract to deploy, a very simple counter contract. And then that should have deployed already in a user op. So I've already deployed a smart contract, 2 minutes in, and I didn't have to load up test.eth or anything. This is on base Apolia because it gets you right out of the gate with a testnet instance. So the counter was deployed to 0x52. Okay, cool. And then just following the last of the instructions here, to start the front end, I'm going to do yarn start. Let's see. All right. Localhost 56900. Boom. Let's see what we got. And this is right out of the gate. We're only 5 commands in, including yarn. And let's see. So, yeah. While that runs. Okay, so cool. Welcome to Scaffold Alchemy. I'm taking a kind of a quick time to do like a quick intro, but yeah, we can get started on editing the front end by going to page.tsx, which is in that Next.js package I mentioned. And then we can edit the smart contract, counter.sol in packages, hard hat contract. It comes right out of the gate with Alchemy's embedded wallets, which is pretty cool. So I can sign in here using my @Alchemy account. And you can see via Google sign in, I've already got, I've got an account and I'm ready to start interacting with a contract on base Apolia. I'm interacting with the contract that was deployed when I ran yarn deploy with contract 0x52. We can even verify that by going to base Apolia Explorer.
Cody thinks you're going to burn yourself out early, but he doesn't know you're just getting ramped up.
Yes, exactly. Thanks, Dan. That's just firing me up. Tell me all the hater comments. This is just gonna fire me up even more. All right. So this is the transaction that I just made on the contract to increase the little counter, right? Very simple contract. All right, so we're right out of the gate. It's a counter contract. Cool. We can debug the contract here. This is just a feature of Scaffold ETH, which is what Scaffold Alchemy was forked from. Shout out Scaffold ETH. All right, so I'm coming in here without any notion of what I want to build. So I'm going to leverage some AI and tell it to tell me something cool to build within a time allotment of what we have 42 minutes left. So I'm going to do my best to prompt engineer myself out of this no idea hole. Like I don't have an idea to build. So yeah, I'm just gonna and I know I'm coming in here with I don't want any like external dependencies. Like I don't want to implement too many third-party packages that are heavy. Like I don't want to just be doing docs reading all this time. I want something quick, something like so I'm gonna say I am in a coding competition. And
help!
help me, please. And I want to build a simple smart contract based application. Give me ideas for something I can build in 40 minutes, preferably no external. I'm just gonna skip that. So I don't want to. I want fresh ideas, so I can build in 40 minutes, and something similar to, like, I just want fresh ideas. I'm gonna go back to Cursor and give it like this counter contract, so it gets what I mean with like starting fresh. Something similar to the template that I have that is currently using the counter.sol, but cooler. There's not the best prompt in terms of like AI madness, but let's see. Here's a few simple yet creative smart contract ideas you can build within 40 minutes.
Al, the people want to know if you're a southpaw.
What, a southpaw?
Yeah. Oh, you don't know that term?
No. Is that like a boxing thing?
Well, no. It's used in a bunch of. I think it originated in baseball. It means you're lefty.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm not a lefty.
You know why they called it southpaw? I think it's because you would face your hand that's throwing would be facing the south in a baseball stadium, I guess. Or yeah, I don't know. Somebody will have to look up the origin of that. Are all baseball stadiums facing west? I don't know.
Huh. Okay. I have to think about that one. Is that Uzman's AI agents asking about whether I'm a southpaw to get me to think with my like left side of the brain or something? Because I'm usually a right side of the brain thinker.
Well, we got a couple good ideas.
All right.
What do you like?
Yeah, let's see. Community polling voting app. Smart contract. Keep track of multiple options with counters. It's a simple poll, and we can do like a voting. Okay. Reveal results publicly. Donation tracker. King of the Hill. This sounds interesting. Users send ETH to become the king. Current king and the highest amount paid are stored. Previous king can withdraw their funds after being dethroned. I think I'm vibing with this one. So it's just like a King of the Hill, and maybe we can, like, I don't know, in my quick thinking, or I don't know if quick thinking, we can do King of the Hill, but not based on ETH because it's kind of difficult to get like a lot of base testnet ETH, but maybe something like a guess the number. I don't know. Let's run with this one, King of the Hill. So I'm just gonna copy this into Cursor, King of the Hill, and rename the Cursor file King of the Hill. And I'll need to do some other things like fix the deployment. Okay, we have a claim throne.
Can you zoom in for us a bit, Al?
Yes, thank you. All right, so we have a claim throne. I'm gonna say I like this one. I like the King of the Hill one. I keep typing King of the Hill. King of the Hill. Can we make it based on guessing the right number between 1 to 100? Like something, or something not based on ETH. ETH funding. Okay, the time based on On guessing a random number instead of ETH bidding, the first player to guess the correct number becomes the new king, and the contract randomly generates a new number afterward. I don't think we're gonna have randomness, like true randomness in this one, but we'll do something like maybe using some interesting blockchain
Block timestamp or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. All right, so we've got a constructor. It's gonna set me as the king, MSG sender. So okay, function guess, and it's gonna have the secret number. Okay, let's run with this. Okay, constructor takes no arguments, which is nice. It's gonna generate a secret number at the deploy time, and then this generate secret number is gonna do some what is it? A catch hack. Like you said, ban, block timestamp, block difficulty, and the current king. That's pretty cool. And then do modulo 100 plus 1. So gonna select.
Validators could cheat on this, but nobody else.
Yes, correct.
Be
so
tricky.
yeah, I can see so many people setting up validators now because they want to be king. But okay, this seems good enough to start. Now I'm just gonna go to the deploy, and this is called deploy counter, but I'm gonna keep the name just a file name for now, and then instead do King of the Hill, and Cursor will help me out where possible. All right, and King of the Hill here. All right, we're gonna deploy the contract. It takes no argument, so I can just do this. The counter takes an argument, but not this one. And it's going to set the MSG.sender as the king. This is the King of the Hill address. Come on, Cursor. That was an easy one. Oh.
We're gonna let Al deploy his King of the Hill and check back in on him as he's incorporating it into the UI. Best of luck, Al. We'll see you in a minute.
Thank you, sir.
We're adding Usman to the stage to see what he is up to. Usman, what are you up to? Let's see if we can switch on over. Remove, add.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Yeah, so I kind of got to a similar stage as where Al was. I kind of had him going in the background just so I could hear what was going on. But no, I just deployed my smart contract. So what I'm building just a very simple, I was a big Reddit guy back in the day. And so I don't know if you guys remember, like in middle school or high school, this, at least for me, this is right around the time, especially like in middle school, there was all these times where like the viral apps were going. This is like the first time viral apps were a big thing. And I remember there was this one viral app that was like question and answers between friends, where it was like, between a group of buddies, you'll create some question and people have to vote on that poll. And then, you just send it in iMessage and then everyone can vote. Like, it was like a really cool concept. People would use it for the most crazy reasons. So I was like, man, why not create like a version of that? But like have these questions be displayed and then like just upvoting them and downvoting them on chain and kind of having that aspect, right? And I feel like if you had more time, you could actually make those things on chain. I was like, so that was the idea. Let's see how far I can actually get. I wrote this, the AI wrote this very simple question answer smart contract. If you can see here, it actually went ahead and so now I'm working on the now it's kind of going through the front end here. But I was having some initial struggles with getting the deploy script to be able to deploy the smart contract. It was just kept actually deploying the counter smart contract, so I was kind of having some initial struggles there. But then, with the AI's help, honestly, we were able to get through this part. And right here. So question answer was deployed here. When I've done this before, I've actually completely removed counter.sol and actually like just started from a scratch file. But here I just kind of kept it just for the sake of quickness. Now we're kind of working through this front end. As you can see, I have like the main front end that you start with Scaffold Alchemy open here, kind of going through some front end components and kind of seeing what this thing will spit out. There is some like linter errors that you can see it's kind of working through. And just so you guys know, I'm using Gemini 2.5 Pro here. I've been playing around with a lot of the different models and in Cursor, and obviously Claude is the kind of the industry standard nowadays. And I played around with 3.7 a lot, and I've had some points where like I'll ask it to do something and it'll do it really well, but then it'll actually create 2, 3, 4 extra files that actually start up with some issues that I'm not even aware about, right? So I've noticed that 2.5, even though it might not be as quote unquote smart, right? Like Claude is very knowledgeable about a lot of different pieces of tech. It's actually very fast and accurate. And I think that like for this kind of a competition or this kind of like an event is really helpful for me. So yeah, as you can see, it thought that it wrote all the front end code pretty well, but then I just click yarn start, and now looking like we're running into some errors here.
Yeah, I think it just didn't realize your port was already in use, right? It wanted to restart, but you might already have it on another terminal.
Oh yeah, so I should maybe be able to just either clear the port, or should I just? I feel like I should just be able to re-render the new front end code, right? Or would I have to?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see. Well, let's just, for the sake of this, clear the port and. Yeah, this is the fun of vibe coding, right? Where it's like, all these Unix commands and things that like I know I used to struggle with when I was first starting to learn how to code. They were definitely they were definitely interesting to kind of learn and kind of get all these things. I feel like I would always have docs open to learn. Okay, like am I doing all this stuff correctly? But now you can just literally say, hey, do this in plain English, and it'll do it for you. So
I feel like I wouldn't mind using Webpack these days, which is so configuration heavy. But with AI, it's really helpful to be able to not have to dive through tons of documentation.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder if maybe I just need to. Okay, so we're logged in here. It's still showing the basic counter smart contract. Let's see. So we'll tell it just logged into the.
Let's give Usman a minute to try to get these client updates over there, and we'll jump back over to Al and see how he's doing with the King of the Hill.
King of the Hill. I'm vibe coding at this point. I don't know if I'm back on the screen, but just to recap what I did, I deployed the new contract. So I have the King of the Hill deployed to 0x10, etc., etc. So I'm kind of done with the hard hat side of things, and then now I am focusing on the front end side of things. There's components that we need to add for for the King of the Hill user interface. So I created this little King of the Hill folder and added a King of the Hill UI component to copy exactly the way it was doing it for counter, which I don't know if like the app. Yeah, so I haven't done anything because the app is still using counter. If I go to page, which is the main component for the front end, it's still using counter UI here. If I take it out and then save, it's just gonna not have the counter UI anymore. If I take it back in, it has it there. So I'm trying to get something like that for King of the Hill, where it's just like a guess and it maybe takes an input and sends it off to the contract. So I'm here and I actually going back to the King of the Hill UI, I kind of just replaced the counter terminology with King of the Hill, and I have a use scaffold read contract little hook for the secret number, and they use and a write contract for the handle guess, because that's pretty much everything in here. So now I asked ChatGPT to use the functions that I just created here and kind of help complete the rest of the front end. So this is what it gave me. I'm just gonna blanket copy paste it. It seems like it kept all of the things that I wanted it to keep, like the King of the Hill stuff. And yeah, it seems like it's got an input in there. So I think we're thinking in line here.
Do you prefer ChatGPT to using cursor right in line and like prompting cursor?
It just depends, honestly, because I think it depends. Sometimes I will get into some I'm not that good at cursor yet. So that's why I'm still like in this flow. And then cursor, sometimes I find that I'll say like, oh, help me with this component. And it'll just go off and hallucinate in another completely separate file. And that's probably on me because I'm not doing good prompt engineering. But at this point, I'd rather just feed in the specific things that I want ChatGPT to focus on and copy back and forth. But if there's like small things, like for example, if I want to fix like a quick div, I'll bring up cursor and say like, oh yeah, fix this to, you know, to be flex or something like that. But for now, kind of like a weird combo of both.
Gotcha.
All right, so let's see what that UI looks like, King of the Hill. And then it's going to say it's mad at us because we're not importing it. I wanted to checking for fixes. Oh, there we go. Cool. So we've imported it. Why is it mad? Has no exported member. Oh, we didn't change it here. All right. Is it still mad? It's got an exported member. King of the Hill components. King of the Hill. King of the Hill UI. I don't know why it's like tripping. It's like checking for quick fixes and not doing it. Okay.
Oh, now it's good. Yeah, it
Yeah.
took a minute.
Now it's good. All right. So let's see what the front end looks like. I gotta maybe log in again. Log back in with my account. Okay. Current king. That's
Wow.
me, right?
What about you?
That's me. Well, okay. So
I like how it says the secret number in the UI.
oh, no. We'll definitely have to take that away.
Yeah,
But-
you're getting negative points for showing the secret number. All right, good for demonstration purposes, right?
That's what I was thinking. So let's see if it accepts it. And the intended flow is if I guess the number, which obviously it's just showing me now, it shouldn't trip out because there's no like, oh, the current king can't, you know, replace the current king kind of thing. But it should change the number based on the smart contract logic. So let's try it.
And what address do you expect the current king to become?
It should be the same one, right?
Yeah, well, no, the one up in the top right corner, right?
Well, that's the thing. I might need to do some
Change it.
kung fu because it's doing
Oh.
message not sender. So isn't it the user op kind
No,
of?
you're good. Look, it changed.
Oh, I'm good. Okay. Amazing. So the deployer is something different then? It changed. I'm the king.
Yeah, so that address up in your top right corner is your smart wallet address. So that's actually the smart contract that you control. It is going to be message sender, that's true, but the message sender is actually going to be the smart contract wallet that's sending it through here. So
Nice.
fully
And-
wired up.
Quick question, Dan. Why on the deployment the message sender it set it to the king? So does it do something different for deployments?
Yeah, this would be a cool thing to check out. So if you go into your code and you go to deploy with AAA, which is the util, so it's over on the hard hat side.
All right. Let's see. Let's clean some of this up and then deploy. Deploy with AA.
Yeah, so there's this deploy with AA. And so if you jump into the utils here, so essentially what this is doing is it's making it so that you don't need to, what's really nice about Scaffold Alchemy is you don't need to have any testnet gas to be able to deploy. You don't need any testnet gas to interact. As you've seen with Al here, you can just go ahead and become the king of the hill. So what this deploy with AA is doing is it's actually deploying the contract. It's got to do some pretty complicated stuff. Like it's actually got to like do this like proxy address, which is actually just, it gets a little bit, maybe we could do a video on this. This topic gets a little complex of why we have to actually deploy with a proxy. So at the moment, the address that ends up getting, that ends up being the king is actually the deployer, the smart contract that is attached to the deployer private key. So I don't think, because you didn't put in a private key here, if you go to the config on your hard hat side, you'll see what that private key is, which is that account 0. So I think that's going to be by default there. You could see where that variable is being used below. I believe that's the one that we ended up setting. So that private key is deploying a new smart wallet on base Sepolia, and that smart wallet is becoming the king first. If you wanted to be able to control that first king smart wallet, then you would just plug in a different private key here, and then you could control that. Yeah, exactly.
You want to be king out of the gate.
Yeah, and if you look where the hard hat account 0 private key is used, I think you just override this with an env variable as well, I believe. You just got to look lower in the file where it's actually being used. Yeah, where does that actually get plugged in? Sorry, can you search for it maybe? I think it gets used
for
hard hat account 0 private key. Oh, well, you're in files, but
I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, let's see where that actually gets plugged in. Okay, so it's getting plugged into the client here. So you can see, okay, so if you wanted to override it, you could pass in an assigning key here. And so the signing key would then be the one that controls the smart wallet. So then you'd be the king with that smart wallet there. Right now it's just using the 0 private key.
I see. Oh, very cool. Definitely learned something there. Okay. Awesome. So it seems like we've got some basic stuff working in there. I'm gonna maybe take the secret number out of there. I'll do one last test to see.
Do you want to switch accounts and see if we can go make another king here?
Yes. Okay. That's something cool about localhost, about Scaffold Alchemy. So okay, it changed the secret number. That's good. So I'm just gonna open the localhost on a private browser and do login.
If you want, Al, there's a service called like fake email. I forget what it's called, but just give me like a fake email or like a, I forget, like a demo email, temp mail. Yeah, that's the one. It has ads, but so you get a little temporary email address. This could be useful here for testing this out.
Nice. Thanks, Dan. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a nice email.
All right. Log in and do some stuff on chain. All right. And then I'm assuming there's going to be like a... Oh,
yeah, there it is.
Nice.
Your one-time password.
All right. Okay, so the current king is my smart account on the other browser, right? This one, 0xCA. And then I want to become king on this other one. We're still in test mode, so we can... Actually, like, I'm just curious. Let's see what happens if the guess is wrong, even though we know it's 96.
Yeah.
It's still kind of in demo mode. I don't think
does it revert? Did it revert? No, transaction goes through.
Transaction goes through. And then just based on the logic, just nothing happens.
Just nothing happens, yeah. You just waste gas.
Yeah, you just waste gas.
Thanks for the gas.
But okay. I'll take that over like some big red error kind of thing. So let's make the 2B11 account the current king or the new king. This is like Game of Thrones action here. This is better than Game of Thrones, I think.
Look at that, new king.
New king, 2B11. Wow. There we
Sitting
go.
on the throne of swords.
Yes. So I think since there's time, I'm not gonna go and pivot to some other weird idea and get into some big red error, corners. I'll try to add like cool avatars. Maybe like the current king can get his own avatar or something more visual. But for now, we can for sure do away with the secret number being there because it removes the point of guessing the number.
Cool. Okay, so Al is going to play around with the parameters here, get some style points. Maybe 1 to 100 is too many. I don't know. Should there be, should it be smaller range? Who knows? We'll have to, kind of up to you. Just keep wasting testnet gas though, and just keep guessing. We have to deploy this after, and then people could king of the hill it. That'll be fun.
What would be a good punishment for guessing the wrong number? Like, what would be something cool? Like, like different roles, right? So, like, if you guess the wrong number, you become like the Joker or something.
Yeah, like the fool. Yeah, right. Like the king's fool, the jester. Yeah. Maybe there's a random chance that you become the jester if you guess wrong every time. And then there's just like one jester over there. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Let's see if we can get that in.
All right. Well, Al is going for style points. He's got some functionality. I think Usman is going to be fighting for the functionality crown here. because his sounded a lot more complex. But let's see if he can get it all done in time. Let's switch on over to Usman and see how he's doing. Hey, Usman. I just unmuted you because we heard your keyboard before, so now you are back on stage.
No worries. What's up, guys? Yeah, I've been having some fun here. It's been honestly, it's been a really fun past 20 minutes. So if you look, I was dealing with, like, you can see I got a bunch of errors on my screen right here. I was trying to flip the UI to make it like the counter UI, like go from the counter UI to create the Q&A UI, right? And what I initially did was, like, me and the AI, we were like, okay, let's create a separate page aside from the original counter UI page, and actually display these questions so that, we don't mess with any of the original stuff, started from scratch. But then what I was realizing was that for some reason with the new page that was created, it wasn't able to read the existing wallet connection, right? So, like, it was just some wonky wallet connection errors. So then got it to actually flip the original counter UI to this new on-chain Q&A portion, I guess. So now if you see, like, I asked the first question here, and I was actually having some problems. So in the smart contract, I had, there was this portion that was written by the AI that was like, get all questions to be able to render the on-chain questions. And that was the problem I was going through right now for the past 5 minutes. Which was like, okay, well, can I get this to render? And so, like, you can see I was just kind of going through and here with all the errors and, like, showcasing, like, hey, like, it's not working, and now it is. So I can just right now
I got a request from many people in the chat, which is can you zoom in on some stuff, or like make it a little more for full screen? They want to be able to see stuff that you're working on, whether it's the code or the UI. A little tough to see. I think you got like the full screen, so the width is like making it tricky.
Let me see if, like, hopefully that helps with the actual code. So yeah, just so you guys can get a look at what I was seeing talking about earlier. I was getting all these front end errors with being able to actually showcase the questions that when you, so like, if you see, this is the vanilla page that you would enter. I see an error there, but this is the vanilla page that if you were to enter, right, sign in with Google, and then this is what we've got so far, right? And so the errors that I was just talking about here, that I was kind of just going through for the past 5 minutes, was every time I would post the question would post on chain, but the on-chain question wouldn't render in our questions board. So I'm like, man, like, that's an issue, right? We want to make sure that we get these questions to be able to render. And remember, we're using blockchain here. We're not using some database where these questions are stored in the back end, right? So, because normally that's what happened, to just pull it so quickly, right? So we're pulling it from the public database. And so that was a little bit tough. So now if you just see, this is the initial functionality that we have, which is like, I don't know, we can say like, is Dan going to give me the win? And then we can ask that question, and then you can see that now it's prompting sending transaction. And I also chose base. You can see that transaction actually went through successfully. And this is based off of a smart contract that I'll showcase in a bit. And then hopefully it should render this new question. I know it renders the first one, but this is the goal that we just went through. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it's not rendering this new question. It renders the first one, but not the new one for some reason. So I'll probably talk to it and ask it to figure that out, right? Why is not the new question being rendered? But we next, like, in these next, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, however much time we have left, I'm going to try to make sure that this upvoting, downvoting functionality can kind of be on chain as well, if we can get there, and then see if we can add a cool couple other features in this process. But yeah, so now I was going to go for that stuff right away, but now that I see that the new question hasn't rendered as well, I'm going to take a look here and see if there were any errors in my console. So I'm also using this developer terminal, and this one, it seems like there are some things. Just kind of go like that. And then go right here, and then just ask it, first question was able to render. And please let me know if this isn't enough zoom. Happy to zoom in more to be able to render. But the new one I just posted has not. So yeah, let's see what it gives me there. But I've honestly been really pleasantly surprised with this Gemini 2.5 Pro model. Like I'm going to keep talking about it just because like I think it's actually really cool. I think it's really cool that it's able to actually handle a lot of these on-chain smart contract level things that, you know, I feel like other AIs that I messed around with, they're not really the best at getting too deep into the weeds of smart contracts and connecting them and figuring out like what this was able to do is it was able to see Dan's like existing work with Scaffold Alchemy, the counter, how it actually connects to the contract and executes those transactions, and then just kind of build on top of it, right? Which I've seen some other AIs do good jobs of like having that context, but not really in this way. So really love this model so far. But yeah, I really like that comment by Cody there that you put up there, Dan. That's super cool. I would love to do this with the community too.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that you could see those at the same time. I didn't mean to distract you, Usman. Yeah, while you were talking, you read it no less. That's multitasking for you. Super cool.
All right. It says that
we had a question which from Talon Dragon was, nope, not that one. The data is saving to the smart account. I think she means the questions and all of that, right? It'll all be on the one smart contract, I believe.
Yeah.
Right? That's where you're fetching it all from?
Exactly. Yeah. So if I show you actually right here, this is the smart contract that we wrote for this. It's the question and answer, right? Defining what the question is, where it's going to be stored. You know, a couple other parse constructor regarding it, and then just the function of actually asking the question, upvoting it, downvoting it. Just the basic functionality that we kind of talked about. And then the ABIs are connected via the front end. So as you can see, now this was the error that I was dealing with for like 5 minutes before I showcased that question that I wrote about Dan, about him being the best moderator that was rendering earlier. Now it's showcasing this error, right? Which is like, hey, we're actually having an error executing this function of getting all the questions. So this was what we were running into earlier. So this is the beauty of you know, Cursor and AI and all these things. Just plug that thing right then and there and ask it to figure it out.
Cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm going to pull the audience aside for a moment and ask them to join me as we start to consider who is going to win this competition. We're coming up on the last 10 minutes here. So everyone needs to be, I'm going to give both of you, Usman and Al, some time to think and try to get to your final applications here. But I'll try to entertain the audience and get their votes. So we'll see you guys back here for the final count for the vote. We'll see who wins.
Let's go.
All right. Let's kick Al off the stage. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. So we have our two contestants, Al and Usman. Who will win this competition? Well, I am the judge, but I'm going to try to outsource some of my judging to you, my fantastic audience. So let me know who you think should win this. I want you to vote on 3 categories. The first category will be functionality. So I'll type these out for you guys. The second will be creativity. And the third is going to be spirit, which has more to do with the person than what they've accomplished. Like, whose vibes do you like more? Spirit/vibes is really what it should be. So would love for you guys to give me who you think your functionality winners, your creativity winners, and your spirit winners. Pick one for each one of them, and I will tally the votes, and I'll put it into my my system for figuring out who wins here, and then we'll come up with a winner here at the end. So here we go. We're gonna bring them back up on stage so you can remember who's who. There's Alan Usman working hard. Look in their eyes and try to figure out who's really putting in the extra effort here. Al's smiling a little too much, I think. I don't know if he really has it in him. Usman has the spirit of a competitor. Oh, we got some votes coming in here. All right. Ooh, man, it's contentious. It's not obvious who's going to win this. Looks like he's stuck on something. Does he have the jester in there? I wonder. We'll give it a few more minutes for these votes to come in. So far, it's looking like, man, it's contentious on every single point. Let's put on some music that's going to drive these final moments. Ooh, there we go. Song fades out and we have it. So Al, what do you got? Let's give Al presentation first. Al, do you want to give your final reasons for why you should win on functionality, creativity, and spirit? What do you got? Oh, Al, you are muted. Hold on one sec. You're back.
All right. So just real quick, I'm actually going to take away the secret number out of the UI because I've been using it to
Pencils
test.
down.
Pencils down. Yeah, pencils down. All right.
The kids won't get that one.
I ended up just kind of spearheading more towards functionality. So the way this app works is there's a current king of the hill, and then there's a fool. So the fool is whoever guesses the number wrong. So there's an actual penalty besides just wasting gas. It's you become the fool if you guess the wrong number. So so let's see. The current king is actually the deployer of this new account because I deployed a new smart contract. And then the last fool is actually just me. So I'm going to go ahead and open this on a private browser and try to get King of the Hill on a new one. So let's do a temp email real quick. And actually, like, not even. I can just sign out, and this will maintain. I'm just going to sign in using another account here on Gmail. All right, so the current king is 0x4E59, and then the last fool was the smart account that I just logged out of. So let's see, 1 out of 100. I'm just going to guess a random number. I don't know why I thought this one. But I'm just going to guess this number, and you can maybe take a hint as to why I thought 10 would be a good guess. But let's see, and there we go. So I become King of the Hill. I knew that number beforehand. That's what I was hinting at. And
can you be both the king and the fool?
Yeah, you can. So I'm just gonna go ahead and guess a wrong number. So now I don't know the right number. So if I guess it again, that's just we can all go and party because that's just good luck. All right. And then I didn't guess it, so I become the fool. How about that? The king and the fool.
The king and the fool. You're both the entertainer and the ruler.
Exactly.
Did you feel like one day you would eventually get here, both the ruler and the entertainer?
I think if history has taught us anything, I'll just leave it there.
Well, thanks, Al. Any final words before we toss you off here to check out what Usman's got going?
No, this was really fun. I just missed out on Usman's build, but I think this is recorded, so I'll watch back and check out Usman's flow. But this was really fun. Thanks, Dan.
We will see you for the final judgment. I'm tossing you off stage now.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Remember, Dan, I can tell you the number and you can become the king.
I'm no fool. All right. See you in a moment. All right, Usman, we are taking Al off here, and it is up to you. What do you got going? Oh, you're muted. Sorry. Unmute.
Yeah, sorry about that. All right. Let me actually present this screen specifically so it's better to see. All right. Can you see that one, Dan?
I cannot. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Oh man. do we have a guest commentator? Did he join us last minute?
Yeah.
Nobody
Sorry,
saw
guys,
this
I'm in
coming.
the crowd right now, channeling my inner Pete Dan. Yeah, this is a great fight so far. Sorry, it's just really distracting over here. I got my Red Bull in hand. I'm really loving this competition. I thought you guys did a great job. I'm excited to see what the judging looks like. And yeah, let's get to it. Thanks for having me on.
All right. You know what? Well, you are a very special audience member. We're going to pull you up for the final judgment. We'll see you in a moment.
All right.
You saw a camel? See ya. I think he saw a camel. All right.
Nice, man. I didn't know we had such a big audience for this event. It seems like they're going crazy. The crowd's going crazy after Al just delivered that sucker punch right there. So let's see if I can hit him with one back. Yeah. So this is just pretty simple. So what I was just doing right now actually was as an app, this is just an on-chain question and answer. You can ask questions, you can upvote them. Obviously, down the line, like if we were to make this an awesome viral app, we would try to increment some sharing and some other cool token features, right? So we're logging in here with account kit, creating a smart account, and then you can kind of see this UI that we have right here. I was gonna go ham on the UI. Trust me, like it was about to be looking so modern and so fresh, but time wasn't on my side, so I just wanted to go for functionality more than anything. So you can ask a question. You can also upvote and downvote existing questions. As you can see, I asked some questions here earlier. Just before I go and even ask one, I'm going to go ahead and upvote this one because I really do think, Dan, man, you're the best moderator out here. Wink, wink. Yeah. No, but yeah, if you can see, I'm going to go ahead and upvote that twice. Oh, well, there you go. That's the fun.
Oh, look at that. You can upvote twice.
Yeah, I'm having too much fun over here. But yeah, you can see that upvote did take place though, and it did execute some on-chain transaction, but we'll try and do the same for a question. We'll just ask, where is everyone tuning in from? And then we'll see if that question posts and it answers, or I put a post on. So as you can see right here, it's I'm only sharing the screen. Sorry about that. Let me go ahead and just show this.
Does it refetch for the questions, or do you have to refresh the?
Yeah, that was the goal, Dan. Where the goal would be that it would auto refresh with the new questions, right? And it would actually be able to pull that constantly. But unfortunately, what I'm thinking is happening here is that it's writing a unique React hook for each question and fetching it, right? Which is obviously reproducible on each time. So that's like, obviously a pretty front end error right there. What you would want to see is that this would actually just call that function of get all questions every time that there's a new question posted, and then that way this would just repopulate on its own. But we obviously don't have that functionality right now. But just to showcase the fun of this, we are going to say one more question, which is Alchemy? There's my spelling. Alchemy awesome? And then obviously we know the clear answer to that, but I just want to showcase that this is completed successfully, and you can see that was a successful transaction that we just executed. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. Obviously isn't a perfect product, but hopefully you have an idea of what this could have looked like.
Awesome. All right, cool. We will bring Al back up here if he's available. I don't know. His camera's off. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay. It is time for the final judgment. I wonder if we have a song that's perfect for this. Oh, there's a song called Feeding the Ducks, which feels perfectly appropriate to this. Let's hear how it goes. Very thoughtful. Very melodic. Melodic? That's weird. All right.
Feels very Final Judgment-y.
Oh, yeah. For the final judgment. Here we go. Well, first, we got the functionality. Functionality win goes to Usman. Usman.
That's crazy, man. Now I'm the only one whose collab didn't work the whole way. That's a funny one.
Usman wins the point for the functionality. I think you really went for it on that one. The questions and the answers and the upvotes too. People were very impressed by the upvotes. So I think it would have been a clear functionality winner if you were able to get it so that it could actually pull down all the questions and show them. But yeah, we know what you were going for there. And we were impressed. Cool. All right. Now, the second category was creativity. Now, this one was a tough one. I got a lot of audience input on this one. I thought they were both very creative and fit right into that 1 hour time slot. So the actual winner is going to stay up on stage. It's a tie. A tie for creativity. How about that? Nobody saw that coming. Do we even know ties were allowed? They're allowed. All right. So for the final point, the Spirit Award goes to none other than
Me up here. Let's go. Let's go. All that spirit.
So, if you guys didn't see it coming, somebody saw it coming right in the beginning. Let me see who said tie first. Let's go all the way back. Oh, wow. Right at the top of the hour, Talon Dragon called it with a tie. She knew. She knew somehow. That's what it is a tie. But functionality, well, what's more important in today's day and age? Functionality or vibes? I don't know. It's tough to say. Yeah, but you guys, we did great. That was awesome. I had a ton of fun. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Al and Usman, do you guys have any final words? Usman, would you like to lead off?
Yeah, no, I would just say that was a lot of fun. Had a great time. Wish I could have gotten it to work. I think that was a really funny that I got the win for functionality when it didn't work all the way. But no, really appreciate it. Al, you killed it as well. Really enjoyed this and honestly really want to do more stuff like this. So if anyone has any like suggestions on like more awesome things like this, feel free to let any of us know. We're really open to ideas.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool if we could get those repos up and maybe even accept some pull requests. I think somebody can get that refetch working for you, Usman, where we can get those questions up there. Maybe we could use the question answers for the next format for what we're going to do for the next video. That would be cool. Or maybe we could get some new contestants up here, some people that are ready to show off their Scaffold Alchemy. Oh, GDG wants you guys to sing. Can you guys do a rap to the Feeding the Duck song? Give me one verse. Just think of 2 rhymes, 2 words that rhyme. Think of them in your head. I'll give you a minute. Think of 2 words that rhyme. Do you got it? Don't know using ChatGPT. I could see Al reaching for ChatGPT. He's going to give his verse off to ChatGPT. No, this needs to be human. All right, here it comes. Feeding the Ducks. GDG's final judge on the Sing to Break the Tie. Here it comes.
Wait, who's first? Is that me or Usman?
You go first, Al.
Okay, Mr. Usman, you were a good competitor. I don't know what rhymes with competitor, but you were good. That was fun, man. That was so much fun. Let's do it on the long run.
We're having so much fun on Alchemy. We got so many products, not just RPC. Usman, it's you. Let's go.
Man, you guys are my best friends in Web3. Really enjoying this. As you can see, I can't sing.
Drop the mic. All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. That was so much fun. Even Cody's twin came out from the audience. That was great. Hope to see you all here next time. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out, everybody.
Awesome.
Let's go. Thanks,
You guys.
guys. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.